Well, I think we can go ahead. So I've managed in this last few weeks, I start off with a very simple introductory thing, and I've managed to resist the urge to work in lots and lots of different factions and red herrings and things that fit all of your individual interests and things like that, and just keep it a good, simple, or hopefully good, but definitely simple intro thing. This starts off as down and out in Ptolus. Here we go with the introduction. It was a simple plan. Go to Ptolus, buy some cheap gear, do some adventures. Sounded good in the planning stage. Stories about the vast treasures underneath Ptolus had spread across the land. You and your friends didn't have much money or supplies, but you had skills, the skills to become adventurers. Adventure is not a career path outside of Ptolus. The world isn't littered with dungeons, treasure hoards, monsters, and mysterious labyrinths. But the city of Ptolus is different. So, travel to Ptolus, find your own special place underground, unlock the secrets of the world, prove yourself, convert the unconverted, and so on. Ptolus lives up to its reputation. All manner of beings walk the streets. Humans and dwarves, elves and halflings, centaurs and lion folk, and lizard folk, and folk that usually aren't thought of as folk at all. Magic all over the place. Wizards flying overhead, clerics making miracles on the streets. Looming over it all, the spire, taller than any building could possibly be, and yet there it is. But the reality, the cheap gear you hoped for turned out to be expensive, prices driven up by the influx of adventure seekers like yourselves. Same goes for the basics of life, room to sleep in, food to eat, and saving enough money to join the Delvers Guild and get access to their trove of information keeps staying out of reach. And the riches and glory underground, it's there, but the low-hanging fruit has already been picked clean and picked over. Your one trek underground ended in near disaster. You stumbled across the lair of an ogre. Too much for you to handle. You ran and led the ogre straight into a more experienced party of adventurers, grateful to you for saving them some effort. They shared some of the loot from the ogre's hoard. You've been living on that since then. Life now centers around Midtown Ptolus and the increasingly legendary Delvers Square, home of taverns, shops, and services that cater to adventurers. You found cheap lodgings at Potter's Hostel right on the square. Potter's represents the height of upscale accommodations from 3 or 4 decades ago. Now it keeps the rain off. For a price. And you found a daytime hangout, the Ghostly Minstrel. Minstrel is a tavern and inn famed as the place to go for successful and aspiring adventurers. Some of the most legendary names show up here. And you, the gruff bartender, Zaid Kenevin, has taken a liking to you, or maybe taken pity on you, a little of both perhaps. He gives you a good price on the dregs of the ale and the food during the off hours to make the place look more lively. So now you're living cheap, but even cheap can't last forever. It's time for a band meeting at the Ghostly Minstrel to figure out the future. The options? Get jobs as guards or thugs or clerks or assistants, depending on your skills. But you didn't come to Ptolus to get a job. You could go home, return to the lives you left behind, face all the people who told you couldn't make it, admit they were right, or find one last shot at adventure. A stranger, dressed with a leather apron, comes into the Ghostly Minstrel. Zaid the bartender nods in your direction after she asks him a question. Let's take a moment. You are sitting around a table at the Ghostly Minstrel. Briefly introduce yourselves one at a time, of course. Let's start with Ajax Squeakberry.
Old Ajax Squeakberry is a fighter. He's got a built body with some hard eyes, wild hair, and callous skin. He's got a relatively menacing-looking axe. And he's just kind of keeping an eye out on everybody in the room and kind of giving it to Derek. He's like, Derek, how the hell did we stumble into that ogre? I knew it. Next time we got to be a little quieter. Damn it, had that thing.
And then Chief Thief.
Yeah, Chief Thief is a very archetypical in this situation. Strider sitting in the smoky corner. He's my aesthetic. I kind of thought he would be in a tri-corner hat with the collar on his coat turned way up, so you can't really see anything except his eyes a little bit. And he's probably just sitting back with one hand resting on his rapier, sipping a beer, taking it all in.
Right, and young Derek.
Derek is a thin, frail young man dressed in a monk's habit and has kind, sunken eyes, and he is a devotee of Blura, goddess of comfort in sadness. And he is on one of his first trips to Ptolus. He has basically been reared in a small monastery of clerics devoted to this goddess Blura, and he has fallen in with this group, and they look after him, and in return, he helps heal their cuts and bruises.
And that leaves Flack.
Flack Rockgroin, he is very much the country bumpkin come to the big city, hoping to not necessarily make a name for himself. He's just really curious, like, hey, there's got to be a lot of cool stuff here. If I happen to make a name for myself, that's all the better. But really, he's just absolutely excited to like find new things, especially magical stuff. A wizard, got a wiry body, some curious eyes. He always wears a hat because his hair's completely cowlicked and out of control. And his clothing is very practical and travel. So he's sitting around, not the exact opposite of Chief. He's not trying to be cagey or anything. You can just probably read his face, know exactly what.
All right. The woman, a stout, middle-aged woman, again with a leather apron, approaches. She's purchased at the bar a pitcher of beer, which she gestures to, and kind of in the universal gesture of, "Can I join you, scraggly fellas?"
Please have a seat.
So she does, and beckons toward the beer and introduces herself as Tal Ingersoll. I'm one of the masters of the Leather Workers Guild. I talked to Zaid there, actually a cousin of mine, and he says you might be delvers, adventurers who might have well, and she's trying to phrase this delicately, might be willing to perform a task without huge levels of remuneration. She's basically trying to work around saying desperate and needy, but that's where she's kind of going with this in a polite way.
Well, I mean, how much are we talking about? We're not so desperate to do anything.
Well, of course.
Gotta keep the lights on.
Well, I should explain my situation. The leather trade has seen some interest from adventurers and delvers such as you flooding into the town, and I am looking to expand into an old building that my father had bought somewhat foolishly many years ago. We've had no use for it. It's been sitting idle for decades, really. But now I need the extra storage space. But when I sent some of my apprentices in to check it out, well, they came out with stories of some sort of creatures inside it. And well, this is Ptolus, so one takes these things seriously. So what I propose to you is, if you will go into our family's old building, investigate if there are creatures in it, dispose of them and clear them out so that we might clean up and use the building. There's an upstairs that was once used as sleeping quarters. I can offer you, for as long as you have need of it, free room there, board. You can eat with the apprentices as long as you need to. A small amount of coin. We are not one of the richer guilds. Other delvers have rejected this. There is, I'll be honest, not much prospect of great treasure to be found here, I shouldn't think. But Zaid suggests that you could use some reliable accommodations for some time to get on your feet and join the Delvers Guild. Would that be of interest?
May my associates and I have a moment?
Oh, of course. I'll go talk to my cousin. And she returns to the bar and
We're not going to say yes
presumably
immediately.
talks about relations.
Well, I just think we could
You don't look
negotiate.
desperate.
Oh.
No, we don't want to look desperate, and I
Right,
think we
right.
could negotiate some terms. I
mean,
think we
free
should
board,
negotiate.
free room. I mean,
No,
that's great.
I think that's great, and perhaps a
Should I look mean? Should I look mean?
no, but I think we could
Oh.
ask for some if they've got a back order, I would hope that we could skip line once we complete this mission
Ooh.
for them, so just some preferential treatment from the Leather Workers
For
Guild.
customers.
And maybe, like I said, we could ask for a little bit of a per diem up front to help us buy some supplies before we go in.
Ooh, okay.
I think if
Well,
we,
Chief, you want to do
I think. What do you think? Should we ask for both and settle for one?
Ask for both what? You lost me.
Yep.
Leather stuff.
Ask
and-
for leather goods or ongoing quid pro quo, and a per diem up front to help get some supplies.
I don't know.
All
Whatever
right.
you want.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to press her too hard.
No,
price
like I
yourselves
said,
out of the
we'll,
market.
like I
Yeah.
said, we'll if you want the heal, you ask for the whole loaf. She'll counter, and we'll meet in the middle.
Right.
And we're going to get the heel. The heel's at the end.
Yeah.
Just it's
He knows what he's talking
Well,
about.
I can't-
Let him do his
okay.
it's
fancy
not
talk.
a perfect idiom. There's no such thing.
Well, there's no point in asking what I think because I'm finding great comfort in our desperation and needing it.
I'm gonna pour him another beer and just put it in front of him and just say, just keep nursing this. You'll feel better.
We did get a free free beer
yeah.
from this already.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So she must be desperate. I'm just, and with that, I'm just gonna wave her back over
Okay.
unless someone really interjects.
Yeah, she breaks off her conversation with Zaid. You get the impression that, in fact, now that you think about it, you've seen her in and out of here before, getting some things to go and whatnot. She sits back down. So what do you think?
I feel inclined to acquiesce to your request. However, my comrades and I feel that this could become an ongoing relationship, and one thing that once we take residence in your storage space that you could help us with is supplying us with some equipment and leather repair work on an ongoing basis.
She seems amenable, but let's have a roll. Let's have a parley type roll. It won't be exactly as by the book here, but it'll be.
Do you want me to throw both of them at her first and do one roll, or do you want?
Oh no,
because I'm also going to ask for the per diem, or just one at a time.
Go ahead and throw both of them. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'm going to say, and also to have the best chance of success, it would be best if we could go in moderately well supplied. So a per diem for some supplies to be used on this mission would be advantageous.
Okay. She doesn't seem at all offended by those notions, but go ahead and make that roll. So this will be, as always, 2d6 plus your charisma modifier.
Plus my plus 1. That's not too bad. That's 2 5s. That's an 11.
11. Okay. She nods as you're saying that seems reasonable enough. And of course, we can offer you one thing we have in great store is leather goods, either things that we produce or that my colleagues do. And if you would like to get started soon, we can go over to Ebert's Outfitters just across Delvers Square, and I can get a good price on things if there are particular supplies you would like to have.
What time of day is it?
It's after the lunch rush, basically. You're filling seats in this place. That's exactly the leather goods we have in mind, Damon. The image on Discord there.
How big is this place we're going to be clearing? I mean, are we going to be... This is just like a warehouse size, should take...
It's a very odd building, but yeah, like 30. It's round, weirdly. About I have a map of it actually that I'm going to share with you in a bit. But it's about. It's not huge. This is not a massive.
I mean, this is like something we can check out in an afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to be
cool
days at this.
No portal, another dimension, no stairway down.
Well, you don't know that
we'll
there
find
isn't.
Out.
Oh, good.
But yeah, if we have a belly full of lunch and we're not too inebriated, I'm all for it. Is anybody else? Okay.
Dirk, she takes you over the Outfitters. What are some? And remember, some of you have adventuring gear already, but the Outfitters has all of your basics: torches, lanterns, ropes, 10-foot poles, all of your basic adventuring type gear. Is there anything specific you have in mind? Otherwise, I could say generally she can score you a couple of lanterns, one more adventure. What do they call it? Adventurers kit.
It's just adventuring gear. Yeah.
So another round of that, which is just something you check off as you need relevant things. But is there anything in other specific stuff you?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
I would, I mean, if officially I don't have anything like flint and steel or torches, I wouldn't some of that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's she sees that as very reasonable. She understands that you would need things. She expects it'll be very dark inside. It's boarded up windows.
What's
and that kind of thing.
Building made out of?
It is a stone building.
Stone building, and the interior, is that wood or stone?
This floor is stone.
Okay,
there may be some beams, she thinks.
Okay, but we shouldn't be expecting the place to fall on top of us.
Oh no, she says it's
to fall through a floor or anything.
Right. From the outside, and for what she's heard of the building, it is very sound. It was built, she thinks, originally as some kind of temple, and it's been used for other things since then. It's old, but a very stout construction.
Do they have, like, a net?
Who's a net? This is think about, California 1849. If you need it for panning for gold, they have it. It's that, but for adventuring gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted magic potions or anything like that, that's another story.
Gotcha.
They can be found in town, but for a lot more money.
Maybe a net or some caltrops or something like that.
That's easy enough to find and within her budget. Up front.
So we got one net, one adventure kit,
Adventure skills. Is that what I should put down?
set caltrops, and she was grabbing us. How many lanterns? How many of us are there? 2 lanterns. Okay,
There's 4 of us.
that's perfect. 2 lanterns. Anything else we need?
Or are you keeping?
I was just writing it down because I wasn't sure if you were. If you are,
I will
that's
take an
great.
adventure. I'll put down what I'm taking. I'll take an adventurer's kit, and I don't need a. It's funny. I have. I guess I don't really need a lantern. I can always cast lightning.
That's true.
I'll hold on to a lantern, but who else would like?
Derek, you want the
Yeah,
other one?
Derek, you should hold one because you're probably not going to be
I would
up
like a
front getting it
lantern.
knocked out of your hand. Yeah, you take one of the
I would
lanterns.
Like a lantern.
Okay. And I'll hold on to the caltrops and the net unless someone else wants one of them.
No, do it. Do you have anything to open?
Oh,
stuff?
yeah. Is there like a thieves kit or a...
Isn't there something like that in your starting gear?
I'm flipping through it right now as I'm
dungeon
vamping.
rations, leather armor.
Yeah, 3 uses of your chosen poison, rapier, 3 throwing daggers is what I have.
She can score you just a basic set of picks.
Okay,
on
picks.
short notice.
And picks. And is
I don't
there
think
like
there'll be any
a
locked? Shouldn't be any locked door there, but just in case, I suppose.
What about a small crowbar in case
That
there's
could be
just
that's part of
door that's
adventuring
jammed
gear.
shut?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm content. I'm not going to turn this into a shopping episode any more so than I already have. I am sorry, Damon.
What's that?
Don't you hate shopping episodes?
I took what I wanted, and I'm just twiddling my thumbs happily in the corner.
Okay.
All right.
Is rope a part of an adventurer's kit? Okay, cool. Thank you.
She leads you east out of Midtown into the Guild District. We don't need to go exactly through the geography as you go there, but as you go from, lots of adventurers and hangers-on and things like that to busy working folk carting materials to and fro. And your nose first detects as you go into the leather workers district, as you go through the tanneries, the strong, acrid smell. And she says, well, you don't notice that so long. Also, you'll be mostly upwind of the tanneries if you stay there.
Bait and switch.
And as she goes by one of her shops, she beckons to a couple of apprentices as you're walking to the building in question. And she says, a human and a dwarf, both dressed in the garb of apprentices. And this is Sigrun and Gregor. They've both set foot in the building, though not for long. And Sigrun's like, and there was a big rat that charged me. And Gregor's like, it was a dog if it was anything. And if I know a rat from a dog, then... And so a quick argument ensues before Tal quiets them down.
Oh. Dog bear rat.
I was going to say, in this place, it could be a rat and a dog, or a dog and a rat, both.
But the one thing they agree on as you're chatting on your way there is the smell. Yeah, something dead in there, dead and rotting, and worse than rotting.
And it's not from the tanning.
No, that's a smell we know all too well. Hardly notice that anymore. No, this is, smell that and you'll come back and take a strong whiff of the tanning yards and be glad of it.
Is there a basement?
I didn't get that far in. And Tal says, that I don't know. I can give you, and she can give you a rough description of the main floor. And as you approach it, you see, and it is this weird, you wouldn't think of it as a warehouse, but a round building. And I'm going to upload a couple of files.
A first map.
Yeah. And so she's not giving you a lovingly detailed map, but from her description, you can kind of chart this out. About 50, have to enter before it's going to show up for you. There you go. That's the ground floor. And there's a second story. And she says, and there is a basement, I know, but I don't know the layout of that. I haven't set foot in this building for a long time, and we'd never had reason to go in it. Ignore the tables and beds in the map. They're not really there.
I want to flip them.
And so the
Okay.
south there is on the first floor is the entrance. And so she gives you like the basic layout of where you go in, where the stairs are. On the ground floor, you see the windows are shuttered. And it's kind of a mixed bag on the second floor. Some of the shutters have fallen out up there.
Where'd you go in?
Looks like
On the
south.
south, there's like a south sort of entry chamber at the bottom, she says. Right
There's like a
at
foyer.
the bottom of the map. Yeah.
All right. Ajax is gonna start stretching, getting ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll,
I got
roll
my growly
plus,
face.
roll
Ready to
plus
go.
stamina to see if you pull something. I'm assuming your characters are all in their 50s.
8.
Of
My
course.
character is a 15-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, roll versus acne.
All right. Hey, we should have an order of when things go in, right? So maybe
We should.
maybe Chief or Ajax should go in first, right?
I'm okay with that.
I'm happy to go in first with you. I would rather not be getting bulldozed, but I'll tell you what. I'll listen at the door, and we'll do that thing where like you kick the door down and I go in with my hand on your shoulder.
Well, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You listen, and then I'll
Because
go in and look
yeah.
big, and then you can be sneaky.
Yep. Okay, sounds good. Now they said that they just got rushed by one thing right away.
They saw one thing, and again, details
Okay.
vary between the two of them. They didn't
Sure.
stick around long enough to get a close look at it.
But they at least at right away weren't like accosted by 15 things. Okay.
Correct. Right. Yeah. They each noted one thing, though that doesn't mean there was only one thing.
So when we go through the door, we should get to the side so the people behind us can get through the door as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So we'll stage in the foyer, and I'll take a listen at the door.
And then you'd mentioned a cantrip for Flack of light. Are you going to do that, or are you just going to use the lanterns for now?
I mean, I can. This is in my presence. That's kind of an.
Let's
odd
just
thing.
use the lanterns.
Yeah, let's use the lantern.
Let's just
Yeah,
light the lanterns.
agree.
Is Ptolus like people are running around popping cantrips all the time? That's not a big
Holy
deal.
crap! Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And there's
cool.
like,
I
and you
figured,
know
but
that like magic is not like nobody's gonna be like, oh my god, there's magic. Except there are some very specific like laws, like no fire spells especially in the wooden parts of town, and no spells that cause communicable diseases, and no raising of undead type spells.
okay.
Spells that are particularly dangerous for a city for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Also, using spells that cheat merchants is very, very, very frowned upon
No charm person.
for the purpose of getting a better deal. Yeah.
Yep.
Like anybody's got that in our group.
No, I didn't. I got rid of mine.
Wink, wink.
No, I got rid of my charm person. Now I just have
Yeah. Oh,
invisibility.
I am. Yep. You got me. Wink,
What?
wink. I'm just gonna keep it up, whether it's real or not. I'm just gonna keep winking.
Okay.
Do it in real
so-
life.
You enter the abandoned building, and again, like it'll be an odd warehouse, but you suppose it'll work. It's a good, stout, sturdy building. Going in, it is very dark. Only a little bit of light flickering in from the shutter gaps in the shutters, but most of the light is provided by your lantern, which does leave some shadowy areas within. Your first sensory impression is, in fact, that smell. Like, you've in your lives smelled dead things, rats in the walls or whatever, and you smell that, but there's a tang of corruption behind it as well. Not strong enough to where you have to, roll to save versus nausea or anything, but not far from that. It is, you kind of have to grit your teeth and bear this unusually strong smell.
If we're not jumped when we walk in,
And you're not.
let's open the shutters and start airing this place out a little bit.
Okay.
Let's not all spread out, but as we Go ahead.
Think I mean I'm happy to like separate from the party and circle around. Like I'm not too worried about just banging open shutters.
okay.
Now the only issue that I have with that is if they're sealed shut, that might be good because if this is going to be a warehouse, then they'll have to be resealed.
Well, if
we
this is
don't
going to be a
wanna-
warehouse, they're going to have to get the smell out of here first.
they seem to handle smell. But sure,
Okay.
I still don't think it's a bad
no.
idea.
Okay.
So Flack will take the left, the going west. He'll
Okay.
knock open the shutters.
All right.
It'll let some light in too. That'll help.
Yep.
Yeah. There's
Ajax will take just to be.
you each work a couple shutters. They were latched from the inside shut, and it's been a while, so it takes a little doing and pulling and wiggling, but you can work them loose and you get a couple open. As you've each opened one, though, you hear a skittering, flapping from the opposite end of the room, which is now getting a little light as well from the shutters you've just opened. Looking back in that direction where the noise is coming from, now skittering across the room toward you, you see two figures on the ground, one larger. You could see somebody seeing it as a dog-sized thing. One, a large rat-sized creature, and then flapping quickly up and forth, but at a weird angles, a large bird as well, moving in your direction. As they come better into the light, though, you see that something is wrong with each of them. The rat had a large gouge taken out of its side. It looks like it's decayed, but not bleeding. The dog's neck is at a weird angle that shouldn't work for something alive. The bird, you see a bit of its skull and some kind of scrape or something like that. Their eyes don't seem to have any life in them. And yet, they are rushing across the room at you. Who was opening the shutters?
Flack had offered to open shutters.
Okay.
I would have been getting the other side. I guess it was my idea. If he was working one side, I'll work the other.
Okay, so that's Flack and Chief. So, Derek, you were just inside the door, and Ajax, you had walked in the door. You are actually the closest one then in their path.
Yep.
And the dog creature, it was a dog, but you're thinking, I mean, it's not, you guys would probably put together, these seem to be undead in some way, shape, or form. You would come to that conclusion pretty quickly.
Okay.
The undead dog, its head like lolling about, but like snapping its teeth, is charging toward you. What do you do? Actually, no. It's charging toward Derek. What do you do?
Oh,
No. What do you do, Ajax, as Derek,
Oh.
young Derek, looks wide-eyed at this apparition?
Okay. So my initial thought is, fuck, not Derek. He doesn't know what to do. Okay, my axe has reach. So I'm going to try and get within chopping distance and try and hit the dog's head so that it moves further away from Derek, and hopefully try and stumble the.
Okay. Let's see. You don't exactly have to close. It's in some ways not a hack and slash action because it won't be close enough to hit you. I'm going to call that a defend action, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Perfect. Okay.
So
Right.
that's going
So,
to be. Oops, I'm just getting back to
2d6 plus
my-
con.
Plus con, yeah.
Okay. Fuck. 5.
5. Okay. Well, good news. You mark experience. The bad news is you stepped in a bit of weird viscous goo while you were stepping forward to swing at this thing, and it threw off. So you swung your axe overhead, and it did not get in the way of the undead dog. So, well, Derek, are you caught as pants down as your friends seem to think you are, as this thing
Oh, no.
ducks under the axe?
I'm a cleric of Blura, goddess of comfort and sadness. And he reaches into his pouch and pulls out the mummified foot of Albert the Meek and holds it aloft and goes for a turn undead.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Okay. So that's plus wisdom, I believe.
It is, yes, it is a 2d6 plus wisdom.
It'll always be 2d6.
2d6 plus wisdom, and my wisdom is a plus 2. That is, oh dear, that's a 3 and a 1 and a 2. So what is that? 6?
6. So that is a fail. So just a reminder, 2 through 6 is fail, but mark experience. 7 through 9 is succeed with consequence usually, or some kind of middling result. 10 or plus is a straight up success, which appears to be out of reach for you guys. Okay. So do you have any armor?
My first
Derek?
roll was an 11.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did have the parley roll. That's right. Do you have
Yes,
armor?
I do. I have chainmail and a shield.
Okay. So you are going to roll a damage of D6, but then deduct your 2 armor, 1 for the chainmail and 1 for the shield. To
Okay,
determine.
I rolled a 2, and so I take no damage, I believe.
Okay. So you hold out your holy symbol. you don't quite have the knack of this yet. The thing lunges at you. You fend it off. It's snapping over your shield, and the weight of it is pushing you backward somewhat, but you are unharmed. Chief, this bird thing steers away from this whole holy symbol nonsense, and it appears to be offended that it's been disturbed by this open shutter, and it flies down toward your face. What do you do?
I thank you so much for the bird. I reach into my shopping bag and I pull out and fling forth my caltrops. No, I'm gonna wing the net at it because I have a net and there's
That's
a bird.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
And why else? Why else would you get a net?
For a zombie bird, yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
right.
sense.
So I don't know if that's a volley, really.
Yeah, no, I think we'll call it the generic when we don't have any other specific thing is defy danger, which you're doing with, I would say, dexterity,
Okay.
by trying to tangle it in the net.
And then hopefully, on a success, someone will be able to crit or have advantage on the next hit or something like
Oh,
that. Is what
absolutely.
I'm thinking. That's a 6 and a 2, so an 8 plus 2 is a 10.
Nice. Okay, so no negative consequences. Okay, so you do exactly what you were trying to do. You whip the net at it. It hits it perfectly, uses its momentum, tangles its wings, and it drops down to the floor with a odd squelch, and its beak and claws are trying to like rip out of the net.
I don't know how action economy works in this.
You go what I tell you to. Ha ha.
Well, I'm saying, can I like move up on the net and get ready to?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Cool. Or like kind of move up and get a foot on the net so it can't get out or something like that.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Flack, you see all of this going on. The rat is trying to like duck under all the action. You're not actually sure who it's going to try to slip in and bite, but it does seem to have aggressive intentions. The dog is menacing poor Derek. He's like trying to throw it off of his shield. The bird seems well in hand at the moment. What are you going to do?
Flack. So the rat, I think last I heard was trying to like dodge everything and get out of the way, right?
It's like ducking under and looking for somebody's leg to bite. You
Yeah,
think?
I don't want it to do that. Let's see what the spell casting looks like under this system.
Yay.
Why not? Let me go to my wizard page.
I
I
would
would
do the
like
same.
to try magic missile, which I have prepared.
Nice.
Let's see what that looks like. Let's see. To cast a spell, prepared spell, I have to roll plus my int. Well, let's
Yep.
just see what happens after that's 2d6 plus consider. Okay, it's gonna go great.
Excellent.
It's fair. I got a 7, so barely passable.
Okay, but that is a partial success. So it is cast, but you'll choose one. You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot. The GM will tell you how. The spell disturbs the fabric of reality as it's cast. Take -1 ongoing to cast a spell until the next time you prepare spells, or you can't cast magic missile again until you prepare spells again.
I think the draw unwelcome attention or putting myself in a spot is the most interesting option. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's on you.
So first of all, let's determine the magic missile outcome. Deal 2d4 damage to one target, and you were aiming for the rat, I believe.
Aiming for the rat. Oh, not bad. That's fair. 4. Okay.
4 points. Okay, and what do your magic missiles look like?
Oh, I hadn't really put a lot of thought to it. I always like magic missiles to just look like streaks of bright yellow, white light, and they just zap into you.
Okay.
Just like that. Just straight in.
Yeah. So that it hits the undead rat. It squeals in a weird, distorted way. It stops in its tracks, but a weird substance floats out of it, and the momentum of the rat's charge splatters it toward you. That's the spot you're put in.
Oh, okay.
And you, at least at first glance, don't know what this is, but it goes on your clothes, a little bit on your face as well. It itches right away. You're not sure though what, if anything, it's going to do to you.
Okay, fair enough.
Yuck.
Julio.
Okay. The dog bounces itself off of the shield. It gives up trying to snap around it, and it turns to this fool with the axe that swung at it, Ajax, and leaps right at you. Whatever shall you do?
Whatever shall I do? I shall hack and slash upon the thing. No, I want to take this thing out.
Okay. And this is kind of a classic hack and slash. It's trying to hit you, and you're trying to hit it.
Okay.
So that'll be 2d6 plus your strength for hack and slash.
Okay, so that's I rolled a 5 plus 2 is a 7.
Okay. You deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. So first of all, deal your damage, which as a fighter is pretty good,
D10?
I think. D10, yeah.
Do I add my strength modifier?
Nope.
Oh, so
Or
that's
do you?
4.
I don't think so.
We'll
4,
just go
excellent.
with 4 for now. If
Okay.
we need to retcon, we can retcon.
And what are the special things about your signature weapon?
Oh, that's right. It's serrated and it has reach. So it has
that's plus
it has
one
+1
damage.
So 5, not 4.
And +1 reach. Okay. So you deal that damage and it takes a big chunk out of the side of this dog thing. It snaps at your arm on your way by, though. That's all it can get to. It's going to deal its D6 damage to you, take off your armor, and take off one more for the benefit of having the reach advantage here.
Okay. Roll the thing. That'll be +1 armor, and +1. So I got a 3 off of it.
I'm sorry. So the total was 3?
Oh no. So I don't. I roll a d6 or you roll a d6?
You roll a d6. Yeah.
Oh, for damage. Okay.
I never roll. Yeah, you roll your own doom.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I rolled a 3, so I don't take any
So
damage.
yes. Okay. So you feel the pressure, and actually one of its fangs snaps off, and you see it lodged in you have chainmail, I think.
Yeah.
But you are unharmed as a result. Okay. Derek, your side seems to have the advantage here. Both of the undead mammals are grievously hit, and the bird thing is wrapped up in a net. What are you going to do to try to show? Well, this is maybe your opportunity to show your colleagues that, hey, you are cut out for this after all.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'm going to put the Albert the Meek's foot back in its pouch, and I'm just going to hit this rat with my mace.
Excellent.
So let's go with it's hack and slash. That's my strength.
It is able to defend itself still. So yes, it is going to be hack and slash. So that will be your strength.
Excellent. That is 10. That is going to be 11.
Okay. So you are going to deal damage, and you have an option when you roll 10 or higher. You deal your damage. At your option, you may choose to do an extra d6 damage, but expose yourself to the enemy's attack. And honestly, you could tell this thing, one good hit should tear this thing apart now after the magic missile did so much damage to it.
I'm gonna go for the leaving myself open, just to be sure.
Wow. Okay. So you roll your normal damage, which is D6.
My D6
plus an
5.
additional D6. Yep.
That's 5, and then 3, 8 damage in total.
Okay, yes, this thing is crushed, and it's this viscous goo, and its bones and the surviving rotten viscera spread out on the floor. But you've put yourself between it and the dog that just bounced off of Ajax's attack, and it makes a quick snap at you. Not its full attack, so you're going to take a D4. Again, your shield won't count because it's coming from behind, but you'll take 1 off because of your armor.
A D4? Oh, I gotta go dig up a D4.
Or just roll a D6 and reroll 5 d6s.
Nobody told me there'd be D4s. No, I got a D4.
No bomb covers in Ptolus. the only shield for behind.
I got a D4. Where are we? 3.
I'll take Penis Mightier for 500.
Yes.
3, so you only take 2.
So
yes, you.
No, well, I have 2. I have 2 armor, so I didn't take 1.
Oh no, I was saying the shield doesn't count because it's behind you.
Oh, okay. Then I take 2. Okay, thank you.
So you feel that snap and on the back of your shin. Now, Chief, you see. I mean, the bird is completely enmeshed in this net. It's going to take another, the equivalent of a round, to try to work itself loose. So you could finish that off right now, but you see, poor Derek, this dog has its teeth locked into his calf. What are you going to do?
How far away is Derek?
None of you are you're close enough to where you could run in and do something.
Okay. But I'd have to move away.
Or you
from
could
the
throw
bird.
something or whatever. Yeah.
I take the net off the bird and throw it at Derek. No.
That'll teach him.
And so I'm not trying to meta too much, and I know rolls can go bad, but it's not like if I were to throw a dagger, it's not like I'm trying to thread the needle to avoid Derek.
No, you've got this is a
Okay,
pretty
I've
wide
got-
open
okay.
room. There's not a lot of bodies here. Like you could take one step and have a clean shot. Yeah.
Why don't I try to throw some daggers? I don't
So that'll be volley
have the
if you do that.
damage in front of me.
It's always your whatever your class deals is your damage.
Okay, so for the volley. Oh man, that's a critical failure. I rolled
Snake eyes?
2 1s. Yes. So that's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, your dagger goes clanging out of the way. Oh, and let's see. I get to make something bad happen now. What could it be?
Man.
Okay, you realize you had misjudged that whole bird situation.
God damn
You
it.
turned your attention away from it, and you
Ah.
hear the flapping of this thing as it shoots out of the net and starts charging or flying straight at our wizard.
Oh, come on now.
God damn it.
Thanks a
I love
lot.
this game. This is a great game.
It doesn't instantly deal damage. The bummer for you guys was that it was an easy kill, and now it's back and flying around. Happily.
That's great.
So it goes up and then charges straight at like neck level for you, Flack, the wizard.
Okay.
Almost like Big Bird is jumping towards you.
Flack will try and instinctively he's gonna try and beat it off with his staff.
Okay.
So is that an attack roll, I suppose?
Well, so are you like I'm standing and fighting with this thing and trying to damage it, or I'm fending it off and hoping to leave it vulnerable for my buddies to hit it?
Just my take on the situation is that it happened so fast I'm caught by surprise and and just kind of instinctively am trying to beat it away. You know?
Okay.
So it's not like imagine him squealing really loud and going ah.
So I'm going to call this defy danger, and you can use either your strength or your dexterity. I'll let you choose that.
Let me bring those. I had that sprint and hack and slash. Yeah, I like defy danger. I think that makes sense. Let's see. Let's use dex. So I'll have a +1.
Oh, and on the
I'm
fail
Mr.
cam,
7
remember to
today.
mark experience.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I don't have any fails.
I just need I can just do like a tally mark, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So another 7. So modest success.
Yeah. So, well, the good news is, yes, you are quickly lifting your staff up, and the thing plows into it. You kind of fend it off, but you fumble your staff, and it clatters to the ground, leaving you now completely vulnerable to this thing.
Do I do any damage, or did I just prevent damage?
No, you just prevented yourself taking the damage
enough.
from it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Let's see. So, dog is still alive with its feet and its claws. Ajax, you see that it's trying to just rip the meat out of Derek's poor leg. And if it keeps going, it's going to do considerably more damage now that it's got a lock on him. How are you going to try to... Or your wizard, of course, is threatened by the zombie bird.
Yeah. So would I be able to... I guess in an ideal world, I'm going to use my reach to move towards Flag because I'm sworn to protect him. But I'm gonna take a pot shot at the dog and then kind of like kick up and over and then be mean in front of the bird. So I'm trying to aggro the bird after hitting the dog.
All right. So here's the thing. The dog is totally occupied with Derek. You could, if you just do that, you could deal damage, not even have to roll at it. If you're trying to do both of these things, I'm going to say you're going to need a dexterity roll to do both things, to hit the dog and deal damage and go to protect Flack.
Okay, we'll try the dex. We'll see how this one goes. I want to do it all. Okay, so that's a 4.
Oh boy.
Total.
You're doing great.
Okay. All right. So you've been trying to do both. You do neither.
Okay.
Column, roll another D4 as it tries to dig in. D4 -1 for your armor.
That is 1.
Okay, not too bad. And then I assume you have some interest in saving yourself here, Derek. What are you going to do? You've proven yourself. You've proven
I'm
metal
enjoying the
against the rat.
sadness. I'm finding great comfort in this.
So comfort and sorrow equals masochism, it turns out. Got it.
Yes, apparently. Okay, I'm just gonna try and smack it with my mace again because I had some good luck last time. And 5, 7, 8.
Okay. So yes, you deal damage first of all, and go ahead and do that.
6.
Okay, yes, that the thing collapses off of you. However, the negative consequence is it left enough vile undead teeth and saliva in you that you are at risk of having an infection that you'll need to deal with afterward. But you can roll plus, what do you have in this? Constitution to avoid that.
Oh, I'll give it a roll. Ooh, my constitution's not great. Oh, no, I rolled 3.
Okay, so let us note, mark that you are
Infected.
let's say it's going to have a shorter term effect. You're going to be sick. So check that off and you'll have an extra -1 now in constitution rolls for the duration until you do some kind of healing. But the zombie dog is dead. So you guys, I'll just point out that your wimpy, sickly looking cleric has killed 2 of the 3 or finished off 2 of the 3 so far. And that leaves the bird. Ajax, wizard. Okay, Cam, Chief is kicking himself for letting that bird get out, and now it's menacing your wizard.
Yeah, I am going to. Well, if it's menacing the wizard, I should have a pretty easy time sneaking up behind it and dispatching it.
Okay, do you want to actually roll your backstab, or do you just want to deal
Yes.
damage?
I want to
Okay.
roll my backstab. That's
All right. Because the bird actually hasn't been hit yet. It was just netted for a
you
while.
can choose to deal your damage or roll plus dex on a +10. Choose 2.
Which can mean extra damage, advantage.
Yeah.
on it,
Okay.
yeah.
So I just roll as normal here.
Mhm. And this is with your rapier, is that right?
Okay. Yep.
And now
so that's a
yeah.
4 and a 4 and a 2, so that equals
Nice.
10.
Okay, so the important bit is you're dealing your regular damage, and I assume you're going to choose the extra d6 of damage.
Yes, I'm going to take the extra d6. So
Okay, the other part, the second choice may not be relevant depending on how much you roll here.
Yep, I roll
D8 and a D6.
3, a d8 and a d6.
Correct.
Just gonna roll 3d6.
That's a 7
bad range.
and a 3 for 10.
Oh yeah, that's
And do I add anything to that? No, I don't. Add
nope,
anything
but that
to
is more than
Okay.
enough to
Yep.
skewer the zombie bird.
Yeah, I would like to imagine that after fucking around, I'm kind of pissed off with myself, and I just very matter of factly walk up behind it and just like straight through from behind, and yeah, just get it done with.
So yes, you skewer it, shake it off your sword, and it drops to the ground. All of these things now, they are, as you look closer in the lantern light, they're exuding a weird greenish substance that doesn't look like any natural biological thing. Oh, and Flack, you have some of this stuff on your robe or outer clothing and some on your face.
I'm gonna try and I guess I'm assuming that there's something. If I have to, I'll rip off a piece of cloth from my robe.
I'm sure you could figure out something like from your
Yeah.
adventuring gear. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So I
we
was
don't need
thinking
to
the adventuring gear.
get too creative.
Can
with that.
I don't know. Do I need to tick off a? Do I have? I suppose I have like a canteen, right, or something.
Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah, just to give him a little water.
Yes, I will. I will do that,
Mhm.
and then I would like to try to save some of this substance.
Okay. So you can tick off a bit of adventuring gear to have an extra flask to save some of that. Absolutely.
Yeah, but if he needs help cleaning up a little bit, I'll help.
Okay. You can. I'll point out in the game, common roles. Right, you can try to figure out situations. You can discern realities when you closely study a situation or person, and you get to ask me questions if you're successful. And you can also, or you can spout lore, consulting your accumulated knowledge about something if you want to look more closely at these undead things. Looking around the room, these appear to be these 3 dead undead things appear to be the main point of interest here. There's some remnants of furniture from long ago, but poking around in it doesn't really suggest that there's a lot of interest in here apart from these things.
Okay. So I guess Ajax is just going to start taking some of the furniture and just trying to put it up against some of the bodies so that like the ichor stays in a certain area and we can kind of like
I mean, it's not like flooding the place, certainly, but yeah, you can contain it for sure.
Sure, but just so like, I mean, again, if they're going to be coming in here, let's try and isolate the mess, not let it get all over the floor. Plus,
that's very considerate. Yeah.
But then if we're also coming upstairs, then we know where it is if we have to make a hasty retreat. But yeah, Ajax will just take time to try and barricade it just so that when we come up from downstairs, we kind of know where everything is.
That makes sense.
I'd try to discern a reality, I guess.
So you're looking closely at these undead things without getting a lot of goo on you as much
I'll
as
look
possible.
at the corpses and I'll just try to. I don't know how long have they been dead. What killed them? Is there? I suppose on a critical success, what's going on? Give me the whole story.
So there's
I guess.
actually
I
a
don't know.
list of likely questions to ask,
Okay.
though sometimes we can fudge that a little. But it's a plus wisdom on discern reality.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Well, you get to roll first and then decide.
Okay. So wisdom is a straight roll for me.
Okay.
So that's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, nothing really stands out to you. These are,
Okay.
they've been, not dead for years, clearly. Probably recently, you know what dead things look like in the world.
Oh, yes, I do.
But you don't really get a lot out of that.
Okay.
Okay, so in this room, you can see from the map, again, you don't really have this exact map, but you have a ballpark. Opposite the way you came in are sets of stairs, one curving up and one curving down.
Have we opened all of the shutters, or just some of them?
You just opened the two nearest the entrance when those things came scuttling and flapping out.
Black wants to just finish the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's open them. And is the smell noticeably worse up or down?
It's just so pervasive down here, though the breeze now is starting to clear it out some. As you are near the stairs, you see, like, looking up, you see hints of light, which doesn't surprise you because you saw that some of the shutters were broken upstairs. Downstairs, you actually hear a little sound, a hum, and then occasionally over it, and it's muffled. It's obviously it's not somebody right at the base of the steps. Clearly, you hear a couple of voices back and forth, somewhat raised. Maybe an argument, you're not sure?
Well, I'd kind of like to not make this a war of attrition and get this over with and sorted out as quickly as possible so we can get to airing out our apartment. Should we just go down? We're going to have all the time in the world to explore the rest of this place.
Well, I think the argument cuts both ways. What if there are actually things upstairs?
Well, then we can... I'm just saying it sounds like the bulk of the problem is downstairs just from the sound.
But we also know that there's nothing more than one floor above us, while we don't know how much light.
Good point. Good point. Okay, I can go up.
Okay. Well, that is actually pretty quick and easy. There's nothing up there attacking you. You kind of go from room to room and you see, this could be good sleeping quarters, when you get this cleaned out and get the smell out. The smell of decay is much less up here. It's just kind of it's been wafting up the stairs, you think, after a quick inspection. The one thing of interest you see in the room to the south, the one over the entrance, it looks like somebody had set up a little squat here, like kind of a bedroll, a bindle or something like that. No, not meager possessions, but maybe somebody had at some point come up here and hidden out. And in fact, possibly maybe even they came in and out of the window, because this is one with the shutters like out.
Can I discern any footprints in the dust or fingerprints on windowsills or anything like that?
So this would be a fine spot for someone to discern realities, I think.
Oh, shall I do that? I have a +2 in wisdom.
Yeah,
you don't
please
want
do.
Black to do this.
Okay. That is 8. Not great.
Okay. So you get to ask one question from the list on discern reality. What happened here recently? What's about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? And by the way, if you pick one and I'm like, yeah, that's a useless one, like if you were to ask what here is useful or valuable to me, I would say that isn't really applicable, but you don't lose your question. You can ask something
What
else.
is about to happen?
Well, what strikes you in looking at here is it looks like the occupant of this room may have left here involuntarily. You see some like signs of someone being dragged out back toward the stairs. So your question of what is about to happen, well, if someone's been turning animals into weird undead things and a person's been drug out of here, ...
Maybe
We're
we
going
should
to
be
save
going
this
down.
guy and have a lackey out of all this too. This is going to be sweet.
Another
Yeah,
legsy.
let's-
Maybe we should go. Maybe we should go downstairs.
Just save half of him.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
The upper half. Mix and match.
Okay, so we have a
And we get, like, a
Lexi
goat
campaign,
for him to
and
ride on?
another.
Shall we get downstairs?
And do we want to shock and awe?
I think that's Good point. I'm going down guns ablazing. So Ajax will go down first, and
I'll be
then,
right behind.
Okay, and then Derek comes with the light, and Flack comes with the boom if we need it. So okay.
Yeah, and we should just try to bull rush them and get the surprise on whatever situation is going on down there. It should be pretty easy to intuit who needs smashing and slashing.
Well, the plan's gonna fall apart right away, so at least we got.
But that's the idea is we're gonna try to surprise them by just bull rushing.
All right, let's go for it. Let's go downstairs.
Okay. All right, so you charge down the stairs, and going down the stairs, you see signs that someone or some things have come up and down these curved stairs, at least down just one level into a basement. First, you come out into what seems to be a storage room. There's a stout wooden door to your right as you go in. It is open, though. And you hear now better the sounds of some voices. Past the door, there's a corridor that banks off to the southwest, and you're guessing then more to the south. If you were to get over toward the edge of it, you might be able to make out the voices. And that buzzing, arcing sound I mentioned, you're hearing that more strongly now, also from somewhere down that way.
I have invisibility.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. I also.
You two go.
Well, should we both go? Okay, well, I got to try cast it first. Permission to cast invisibility.
But it's actually specifically, well, at least my version of the spell says I have to touch an ally. So.
Oh, you don't cast it on yourself?
At least, I mean, strictly reading an ally.
Yeah, if you read it strictly, it says that, but I would assume it also includes yourself. But if need be, well, Damon, we can touch. We can touch each other.
Yes.
I think there's no reason you couldn't cast it on yourself.
I still think you two should touch each other.
Yes, so do I.
Like right now, in the middle of this very tense situation.
Flack whispers that he's not the sneakiest person anyway, and would prefer that Chief go. So he's happy to make.
Okay. I'm here for it, man. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try it. So I guess I rolled 2d6.
Oh shit!
There we go. A 9.
I only got a 4, 6. So nothing for me.
Okay, you get you mark experience for that fail. You feel that magical energy kind of dilute and pop in a way, and you worry that if there are other spellcasters around, they might have felt that. They might have noticed that something was awry. Damon, you rolled
a 9, which apparently is the same as
a 7 through 9 is all the same. Yeah. So that means you successfully cast it. So, and you were doing that for Chief?
Yep. I'll just say that the spell is forgotten.
Okay. Chief goes invisible and you have lost the spell for the duration. Okay. So you have 3 non-invisible people, and Chief, what are you doing?
So Chief is going to say, I'm going to go around the corner, see what's going on, wait for my signal, and then come in guns ablazing, unless I say stand down. Is that fair? I asked the group.
Is what fair?
Yep, that's fine.
Is that plan?
You will be visible as soon as you attack. So
okay. Well then,
just
hopefully I can backstab and shout as I backstab, and we can just raise all hell.
Okay. I also have a quick aside, Rob. I'm sick, so
you'll have a minus on Constitution. You'll have a minus on Constitution rolls. That's all for now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Chief, you come around the corner there. So you go to the southwest and then to the south. The voices are coming. You see 2 figures at that southwest corner, and that's where the arguing is coming from. There's some light. They've got a couple of torches in sconces at various locations so they can see their way around here. You can't make out a lot of detail unless you get up closer. However, that passage to the east you go by, that's where the humming sound is coming from. And you see lights, you see like flickering, again, weirdly greenish light flashing from over there.
Let me look in there.
Okay. You look in and you see toward the end, somebody has set up like an old table, and there is sadly a dead person laying on it, been murdered very recently, you think. There are 2 people with skull masks. One appears to be just looking on, holding a dagger with blood on it. So they've done the deed. The other one is a tall, gangly, and you're gonna say spellcaster from the garb and from the magical energy dripping off of them, and he is pouring that familiar greenish substance up and down on this poor, unfortunate dead. Let's call him hobo.
Can I backstab him?
And chanting. He's against that wall to the east in that corridor there. So you'd have to get in and you'd have to actually go past dagger mask person.
And they've seemed pretty focused on what they're doing though, right?
Right, except
So-
with that burst of magical energy from that failed invisibility spell, you don't really know that.
Mhm.
The one with the dagger seems to be looking around like you think actually a human
Mhm.
seems to be sniffing in the air for a hint of something more awry,
Well-
or apart from the human sacrifice and zombification process.
I still think being invisible, I should be able to rush past them and just rush this caster dude.
You do hear some of the argument from the people
Mhm.
in the southwest corner. You get hints. There's a man's voice and a woman's voice, and the gist is animals was one thing, but people, that I didn't sign on for that. And the man's voice like, let's just see where they go with it. Okay, so you're rushing in.
Yeah, the sequence of events I would like to do, and the humming isn't so loud that when I shout for my friends, they won't hear me, right?
No, correct.
Okay. Then yeah, I would like to rush in, rush the caster and try to attack him. And as soon as my blade is, point of no return going at him, I would like to shout whippoorwill or whatever we decided our code word was.
Okay, that sounds great. Because the dagger guy is alerted a little, I'm going to ask for defy danger with dexterity, but take
Okay.
an additional +2 because you're invisible, and
Okay.
they only have a vague sense that something's weird.
Okay, so it's 2d6, which is a 2 and a 3. So that's 5.
Mhm.
Plus 2 is 7. Plus 2 is 9.
Okay, so that's great. You rush by.
Mhm.
If you'd had a full-on success, you would have just gone in and dealt your
Mhm.
damage. You will still deal your damage, but this person is going to be ready to attack you right away after you do that.
Cool.
They tweaked to it. So roll. You just straight up roll your damage on the wizard guy. He was not seeing this coming.
So then do I get backstab if he's not seeing it coming, if he's surprised?
Oh yeah. Yep. You can have backstab
Okay.
on that. Absolutely.
Great. Critical fail.
Oh no.
Oh.
You're still just rolling damage. I'm counting that
I
dex die
just
as
rolling
your
damage.
backstab.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then I rolled minimum damage of. Well, no, that's not damage then.
You
so
get
I
a
need to roll a
D6 and a
D8.
D8 with backstab.
Yeah, D6 and D8. I'm sorry. First time playing this in a long time.
New stuff.
That's better. That's a 6 and a 3 for a 9. And whippoorwill.
So he, the spellcaster, the tall, gangly fella, looks like just like strung out, like he's been dealing too much, like more magic than really he can handle. Staggers back, drops the crockery thing of that green liquid, and it smashes on the table as he staggers back, and weird greenish light starts flickering out of him. The magical energies he was channeling into this spell. You don't know your magic, but you think something's gonna blow here.
Sweet.
Meanwhile, you go visible and presumably turn toward the other masked figure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to
Although
you
making
guys.
a bunch of noise.
So the three of you now hear that, the clattering and the yelling and the "ow, it hurts me."
Guess we got to storm in now.
All right, who's taking the lead?
Yep. Ajax is going in, hearing that. Like, okay, I'm going in, boys. Watch my back. And then he's just gonna run in. Let's see. So through the door, down the corridor,
Yep.
and do I have
As you're
time-
running down the corridor, you see the two figures at the southwest. The taller one, the man, he of course heard that noise too and was coming forward. So he's kind of meeting you at that intersection there. He has pulled out a long sword and extends into a fighting stance. And and he has a dagger in his offhand. And just as a fighter, fighting styles, you recognize this as something that would be a noble person would be trained in this kind of stance.
Okay.
And he squares up, and you see the person behind him has pulled out a couple daggers and is kind of angling to the left to look for opportunities to throw them at you or your companions.
Great. And so, okay, so they would be before I would even get to the room to the east?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So just you can picture you're right at that intersection. He's coming north, you're coming south, and you're meeting at the turn there.
Okay, and would I be able to see into the east room at all quickly?
You're pretty much interested in this fellow with the two blades.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, unless you want to defy danger and dodge past him and go down there. You do have that option. But you might, if you fail to defy danger, he's just going to hit you.
The session title, The Fellow with Two Blades.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
In the dark.
In the dark.
Oh. So what is it? Are you going to try to dodge past him and go down there and see what's up with Chief, or are you going to take him on head on?
Well, at
Take
this
him
point,
on.
yeah, I'm going to see if I can push him back to give Derek and Flack enough room.
Okay.
So yeah, if I could push him, engage him and try and push him to the far end of the room. So I guess seeing him come north and take his defensive stance, I'm going to kind of heave forward and swing with my axe, but using the reach to try and push him back while I close the gap and kind of hit his body with my shield and engage if possible.
Okay. I'm going to call it hack and slash because he spots that maneuver and is going to try to get inside your reach to stab at you.
Perfect. Okay. So 2d6 plus strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So rolled an 8 plus a 2. That's a 10.
Okay. I'll modify the usual choice for this. You can push him back as you planned. You can deal damage instead, or you can do both, but you'll have to expose yourself to an attack from him. So you can not only push him back, but also deal your damage, but the expense of doing the extra thing would be he'd get to poke you. Otherwise, you can do either of those things safely.
Yeah. I'm going to open myself up to it.
Okay.
I'm just going to headlong blast through it.
Okay.
And make sure that the backup can get here.
So deal your damage, and you see he is armored as well.
Okay. So I rolled a 5.
Okay. A decent hit, and he is driven back, but then holds you from taking a second swing and lunges his dagger around your shield, and roll a D8 minus your armor for that offhand attack.
Ooh.
To determine your damage.
Whoa. Oh, D20 here. Put that one.
Yeah, roll the D20.
No, don't do it. 1.
Ooh, not bad.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Oh, 20 was a 13.
Derek and Flack, you followed your fighter who charged into the fray and drove the fighter, the nobleman or whatever he is, back. The woman behind him is looking for an opening to throw daggers, but now the path is clear if you wanted to see what's going on in that side corridor that you believe Chief ran into.
Well, I made Chief invisible, so Flack is going to assume that actually Ajax is almost a magic missile.
Oh, but if Chief attacked anybody, he's no longer invisible.
Yeah, Flack is just assuming advantage is going to be enough for this brief magic missile to help out. That's what his thinking is anyway.
Got it. Okay.
So we're going to try that, if that's okay.
You're magic missiling at the swordsman.
Yep.
Okay, got it. So that'll be your spell roll.
9.
Okay. Yep, so you deal, that's 2d4 damage. Armor's not going to help him with that.
Let's try the damage. 5. We'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, so that is stunning and unpleasant for him. So 9, you lose the spell, open yourself up to attack, or what's the other option?
We will unwelcome attention or put myself in spot.
Yeah, okay. That sounds great because there's somebody here throwing daggers.
Oh, dear. I welcome that attention, though, so you should probably pick
Yeah, so you put yourself in a spot, you lit up there, and she was able to dodge the melee there and whip a dagger at you. So that'll be a D6 damage for you.
Okay. I have leather armor.
And that will apply, yeah.
Do I roll the damage?
You do, yep.
Yes,
I never
you do.
roll dice.
Okay.
I never ever roll dice.
2.
Which should be good for me because I shouldn't have dice in my hand because I always fidget with it and drop it. But guess what I do while you guys are doing this stuff anyway?
All right.
I
So I
fidget
took
with
2
dice.
points.
Okay. And Derek, you're bringing up the rear here, and again, you see that melee down there, the knife thrower, but also you've got a clear path if you want to see what Chief is up to now.
No, I think I should enter the fray here. You said there's a guy in front of the knife thrower?
Yeah, so there's the guy who is in melee with Ajax, the guy with the sword and the dagger.
I'm gonna take him.
Okay.
Or attempt to take him with my mace.
Okay. He is able to defend himself. He's pretty well trained, but take an extra +1 because he is engaged with Ajax.
Okay.
On the hack and
That's
slash roll.
9, 10, 11.
What?
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, 9, 10, 11. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That is 11.
So you deal damage, and with the 11, you can deal an additional D6 if you want, but expose yourself to negative consequences. You're already beat up a little bit. And your calf is really sore and like stinging.
I'm going to go for it. What the
Finish
hell?
it.
Live a little.
We need to finish this quick.
That is 6 with my regular and 6 with the bonus. That is 12 points of damage.
Okay, wow.
I'm looking for a Bjork if.
All right, yeah, so Ajax like twisted the shield just at the right moment, and the guy's dagger hand went away, taking away any guard he had against you. And your mace, was it? Slams into him.
My mace, yes.
And he slumps down to the ground, hits his head hard on the stone floor.
Very nice.
But
right.
Is that the first time you've killed a man?
You don't know that he's dead.
Okay.
And I liked it.
That's an interesting thought, though. Is it? Or would it be?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so you're going to roll
Maybe.
plus wisdom. You're going to roll plus wisdom, or you are going to like pause in like sort of combat shock at like shock at what you've just done.
Ooh, that's 4.
Okay, so you're like, that wasn't very has sorrow and suffering of me. Okay, back there. So Chief, you're really worried about this wizard. He's like slumped back against the wall and he's vibrating, but you can't pay a lot of attention to him because the masked figure with the bloody dagger is trying to get some more blood on it right now. Yours, to be horribly precise. He lunges at you with a shriek.
What I would really like to do is try to turn his... I would like to jujitsu my way through this and turn his lunge against him and throw him into the vibrating wizard and haul ass down the hall.
Okay. That's interesting. I think in effect
something
we'll call
like-
it hack
yeah.
and slash, but just like when you use your rapier, you can use your dexterity for it, because this is clearly a dex
Okay,
type
great.
move.
Great. Yeah, I would like to just get out of here is my first priority, I think. That's a 1 and a 2 for a 5.
Okay. Mark experience.
Mm-hmm.
He is a crafty foe. He, as you're trying to make this move, kind of stops his lunge and attacks where you're going as opposed to where you were. You were hoping he would kind of run past you, and he deals damage of, it'll be a D6 for this fella.
And I'm wearing leather armor, which is
Right.
1.
So D6 minus 1.
Yep.
It's very unhygienic. It's got the hobo blood on it.
3 minus 1 for 2 damage.
Ouch. Okay. Yeah, it is it's a nasty serrated thing. So add 1 more. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Okay. So
Yeah. So it takes a good pivot. You'll need your friends in the Leather Workers Guild to help fix this leather armor. It stabs into your ribs, and you don't, and obviously you don't then grab him and throw him. So you're engaged with him. Sorry, not him, her. You realize, and you don't. Your plan to run away from the possibly exploding wizard fails.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the body on the table
Possibly
you see
exploding
starts to
wizard is a
vibrate.
good session title too.
The body on the table starts to shake a little bit too.
And I'm gonna shout. I'll shout down the hallway if I can. It's gonna blow.
So, Ajax, probably you're the one freed up now. You were bracing yourself for another round against this guy, and then your master assassin, Derek, came through and knocked him sprawling. Turning toward the source of the sound now, you see Chief is in fact visible, and you look up just in time to see him try to run past this guy and take what from here looks like a pretty nasty stab in the side. And this cultist like brings up the dagger to have another go at it. And you see the tableau, of course, of the wizard bleeding and shaking, and the body on the table starting to vibrate as well. Derek is also the nearest one that could help him, but he is frozen in horror at what he has just, or not horror necessarily, but in shock at what he's just done. So, Ajax, what do you want to do?
Hey, Jax.
Da-na, da-na! I'm back. Just narrating to myself for a minute. That's fine.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Helps me figure out what's going on. Okay, so I have the option of. So he said it's going to blow. The guy in front of me. And is anybody engaged with the person who's going to throw daggers behind?
No, and she's like backpedaled out of the corner. She's kind of like, you see her calculating the odds and not liking what she's seeing.
Okay, so she's heading back down the corridor and maybe toward,
but
into
cautiously.
the
She's
dark.
not like routing and like opening herself up to easy attack.
Okay. I guess then Ajax is gonna say, "I've got no quarrel with you," and run after down towards Chief. Now seeing Chief, he's gonna try and go down and take a swing at that person. I guess to try and let Chief get by, and then hearing that it's going to blow, brace with his shield for whatever the fuck's gonna happen.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna, sounds like if you do kind of like a cross check hockey style with your shield on stabby guy,
Sure.
something like that. Okay. So
Okay.
I think that'll be your roll plus strength to accomplish what you want. He's focused on stabbing Chief though, so a negative consequence won't mean he stabs you. It'll be something else.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I'll just
So
see if I
plus
can hit it with
strength.
the shield.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2d6. Oh, good. A 6 and a 4 and a 3. 6 and a 4 and a 2 and a 12. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, that works exactly as you planned. So, Chief, you see you're left after that last stab pretty vulnerable to another round, and then flying down the corridor is Ajax, slams the cultist, you're guessing cultist, with his shield. He goes sprawl. He accomplishes what you were hoping to, actually, and the guy goes like flying up into past the table and into the wall by the wizard. Your path is now clear as you wanted it to be if you want to charge out of here.
As soon as I can do that, is he charging with me, or is he like hunkering down?
Ajax?
Maybe I'm
yeah,
getting
you're
a
gonna
little
try to
too
take cover
meta
behind your shield.
and cinematic,
just
but
heard-
is
Yeah, I just heard that it was going to blow. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
and yeah, I might get just on the other side of him and hunker down.
Okay.
I guess.
So yeah, then I'll like slowly start backing out. This is like go in and then see, but I don't know what's gonna explode.
Yeah. So what you guys see is the one with the dagger and the skull mask tries to extricate herself from the wizard and realizes what's going on at the same time you do, but it's too late. You see a bright flash of green light, and the wizard just is rended from head to toe, bone and viscera and magical energy shooting down the corridor. The would-be zombie is obliterated in the moment. Roll stamina, Ajax, to avoid damage for you and your buddy.
Stamina, would that be Constitution?
Oh, sorry, Constitution, yeah.
Okay, that was only a formality. I rolled 2 6s, so that's going to be a 13.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you
Thanks,
position
buddy.
yourself, your shield perfectly. You guys are covered in gore, but take no damage from it. Out in the hallway, Derek and Flack, as you start to shake yourself out of it, Derek, and Flack, you are pondering what to do about the remaining person, the woman at the end of the hall. She pulls out a vial and says, hold on. We can talk this through, but if you kill me and I drop this, the wizard made this stuff and it's going to blow up this whole corridor.
Is there more of it?
Who's she talking to?
To, I guess it's Ajax. No, it's to Flack and Derek who are in the hallway. Okay. This is just after the explosion. Yep. You guys, all three of you saw like missed those guys splatting out into the hallway you're in. And your ears are all kind of ringing from the noise, but you can still make conversation. She says, they just hired me on. I didn't want to be a part of this. If you'll let me go, we don't have to have any trouble.
What are you doing here then if you didn't want to be a part of it?
They paid me money and I needed it.
Yeah, how desperate are you?
Well, look around. But she says, but I've got some information that's useful to you.
If it's useful, then maybe we can let you go. Otherwise, I'm not so sure we should. Your judgment is clearly clouded.
She points at the body of the swordsman on the floor, says, he's still breathing. He is a part of a noble house. He didn't let on. He didn't tell his real name, but I put two and two together. He's one of the Cath family, and you recognize that. That's one of the 10 noble families of Ptolus. He was, I don't know what, slumming it, fell in with this weird cult too. If it got out that he was doing this, it would be really bad for them. They might, if you returned him to them, there might be a reward in it for you.
Yeah, I like
That's
the sound
that's
of
what I
Let's
know.
do that. I like the sound of that.
All right. So, if we let you go, are we going to see you again?
It's a big city, maybe not.
Okay.
I'm going to go this way, and she points down the hall. Give me a few minutes to get out, and then this is all yours. And
about
I
that
will
flask?
never come back here.
Set
I'm
that
keeping
flask
this.
down. Oh, really?
Oh, no.
It's fine.
I'll set it
It's
down
fine.
very quickly if you follow me.
Happy to
and
let
she
you go,
starts-
but set it down after you get past us.
She's not going past you. She wants
I
to
see.
go back away
Oh,
from
I
you
see.
guys.
Got it. All right. All right.
So she backs around the corner, and you hear footsteps getting faster and faster. You hear a scraping sound, and then nothing, unless you want to pursue her.
And that's down the corridor that we haven't
So
been.
now this is down to that southern corridor that leads up into a room to the southeast there.
Okay. Well, let's remove the weapons, tie them up.
Okay.
Okay.
Ajax will take some rope.
Can you
Um,
stabilize him a little bit or something, cleric?
I assume
Derek?
he's not going to die.
I guess.
Yeah, you can quickly dress his wounds. He is, I mean, he'll need more serious medical attention. He was on the verge of death.
Well,
Like
I've
if
cast
you just
Cure
left
Light
him here,
Wounds on
he
him.
would die. I mean, you could just there's like a first aid, I think, option in the game. You can do that, and
No.
we should do the best we
11.
can because
I
we
did
shouldn't
an
be taking him to
11.
a doctor.
I did an 11 Cure Light Wounds.
Yeah. Let the man be a cleric. Yes.
Let me see. It's a D8. So give me a moment. 1.
okay, he wakes up and attacks you. No, that's enough to stop the bleeding. At least he'll have a nasty concussion, and among other problems, but he will not die in the meantime. Following the way that the dagger thrower with the flask went, you make your way to that room, and not shown on the map, there is a floor grate pulled open that leads into a dark corridor below. Quickly peeking your head in, you see that it goes, it fades into darkness quickly, but it seems to lead a long way. Also, on the floor of this room, again, is that skull thing, like the mask the two of them were wearing. That symbol is painted on the wall, that weird grinning skull.
Can I spout lore?
Yes, I think you should. What are you attempting to spout lore upon?
When I spout lore or discern realities about criminal activities, take +1.
Great.
So I
Yeah,
want
think that
to
counts.
see what I know about that skull.
Great. That sounds good.
So
That's plus intelligence for
plus
spotting lore.
int. So that's a flat roll, but I get a +1. That's a 9.
Okay. You get some, like 10 or more, you get particularly useful knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the lore you spout is as follows. There are rumors of cults in Ptolus, generically called chaos cults, each with their own weird mission, their own specialty, but all of them exist to cause some form of mayhem in town. And there are rumors that they have connections to the necropolis or demonic powers or evil noble people, or the list goes on and on. The 9 will get you a name that, of course, in front of me. Hold on.
Derek the cleric.
It
Yes.
is
No,
You're
Eric.
killing
okay,
all those
here we go.
people to cover up your involvement.
the name that pops into your head is called the Death Mantle. All one
Death
word.
Mantle.
Death Mantle. And you don't know much about them, but clearly, at least if this is a cell of them, they were working here to create undead creatures in Ptolus, which you know is incredibly illegal
They should be
and
operating
frowned upon.
out of the.
To be
out of
fair,
the
they were pretty bad at it.
To be fair,
It seems like this was an experimental project, is what you figure from what you've seen, from what they've been graduating from smaller creatures up to their first human now.
Wow. Is there anything left of anyone in that eastern room?
Not a lot. I mean, if you comb through, you are able to find a small handful of coins, just kind of pocket change that held up through the blast. But there's not a lot of remnants of the two of them, and their masks were shattered. Yeah, no, it was a nasty bit of business in there.
Okay, and the humming is stopped.
Oh yeah, that was the spell that the kind of overstrained wizard was working with.
Okay.
And just, you don't need to spout lore flack, but you sort of understand the concept of trying to do 10 gallons of magic fuel in a 2-gallon tank, basically, is what was going on here. Okay, so you guys have successfully cleared out this building and achieved the mission. You emerge after poking around for a bit. You emerge in various degrees of being covered with blood and viscera.
Where are we stashing this noble?
In one of these rooms.
Do we want to?
Maybe we should just keep it local and stash him upstairs and try and localize this thing because we were going to live here anyways. It's kind of secluded. Nobody really knows we're here.
Mm-hmm. Tell the Leatherworks that we're taking the upstairs as of right now. That's ours. Don't go up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the plan. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think so what if we keep him in the one room all on its own, like the one bed, we could kind of we're just clearing the place out still.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, don't go upstairs because that's our place.
Yeah, we can have next time you guys can arrive at a decision of, do you want to bring him to his family? Do you want to find out who his family's enemies are and expose his crimes? That will be up to you. We don't need to go into a ton of detail about the imprisonment plans.
Okay.
But in the meantime, Tal quickly takes you over to where people wash off the slime and stink of tanning, and you guys can get cleaned up.
Yeah, I love that.
That's good.
All right. So at the end of a session, we ask a few questions, the end of session question. And for each one you answer yes as a team, you each get to mark experience. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Didn't know this cult
There's
existed.
some stuff about death cults.
Yeah, and that
undead is something that's around and bad.
And that noble families are involved.
Oh.
Yeah. And everybody knows that in the necropolis, there's tons of undead, and probably Forrest is creating. The fact of creating undead outside of the necropolis, that is new and important. So definitely you each get to check that off.
Does that mean one experience?
Yep. Did you overcome a notable monster or enemy?
A scion of a noble house.
Yeah. Well, I think the composite of this group, the cultists and their hangers-on or lackeys.
I would say the sorcerer at least.
Yeah. I think the crew as a whole will count as a notable enemy. Yeah. So you can each get an experience for that. Did you loot a memorable treasure?
No.
Not so much. And you kind of knew that one going in this time.
The friends we made along the way. Bam.
Yeah.
Experience.
And each of you, and it's not going to happen every session, each of you can look at your bonds and see if there's one that's resolved, either completely explored, no longer relevant, or otherwise. And again, this will be few and far between, but it could happen.
No. In fact, Ajax didn't even try to protect me, so that's for...
Well, he did.
Yeah.
Failed, but he did.
I felt it. Oh, I felt it. It was a horrible failure in every direction, but I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, do any of you look at Derek differently after his berserker mace mastery?
Yeah. Ajax no longer
I'm curious
about Derek's capability.
What his fallout from that's going to be. I'm curious.
So if you want to say you're convinced now that, hey, he can handle it, you could check that off. You get an XP for resolving a bond, and then you can write a new bond with, I assume you have one for each person, so you can come up with a replacement bond with Derek. And you can think about it. It can be one suggested on the sheet, or you can come up with something new.
Okay, so I will take...
Cool. And that's our session.
All right.
Sweet.